My name is David Slevin and I am the project manager for Graham, working here currently on the M11 Junction 7A project. The M11 Junction 7A project is essentially a scheme to improve connectivity into and out of the northeastern portion of Harlow. Today we're standing out in the actual motorway junction section of the scheme, where we are creating a new junction with 4 new slip roads onto the M11. We've had to build a new overbridge spanning the motorway in order to create that junction, and that's as well as two roundabouts connecting all slips to ensure that access and egress in all directions is available when we complete this junction.
Household Archaeology were commissioned by Graham to provide archaeological services. So where the new motorway junction's going in, so the southbound slip road, we found the remains of a really interesting settlement. So that had 2 phases. One was about 3,000 years old, another was about 2,000 years old, so around the time that southeast of England was part of the Roman Empire.
I'm Keith Flynn. I'm the environmental manager with Graham Construction on the M11 Junction 7A project. Water protection was one of the major challenges on the project. Because of the size of the scheme and because of the major earthworks on the job, we had to ensure that the local water courses such as the Quincy Brook and the Harlow Brook were always protected throughout the job. The bat culvert was designed as a 2.4 metre diameter pipe. That was to ensure that the bats that use the water course that we were able to assess during our baseline surveys were still able to commute through the link road when it is in operation. Another major challenge on the scheme was materials management, to ensure that the job was able to reuse as much material on the scheme, but also to ensure that we use materials in a sustainable manner. And we were able to do this through reuse of 155,000 metre cube of material on site, but also to engage with local housing development and bring 29,000 cube of material from that housing development, which would have ended up in landfill, and we were able to reuse it on this scheme.
Today I'd like to reflect on the major milestone that we've met on the scheme recently, whereby we've installed the beams for the new Moors overbridge as part of the junction construction for the new Junction 7A as part of the wider M11 Junction 7A scheme. In meeting the milestone that we've met recently on the Moors overbridge, we've installed some significant beams across the M11, and that work has been many months in the planning. With over 2 weeks of on-site preparation and many months of off-site fabrication, all those works and preparations have led to 4 full night closures of the M11, when we had a 600-ton crawler crane lifting in 5 braced pairs of steel beams, with lifts of almost 100 tonne been lifted at radiuses in excess of 40 metres at times. The complexity and the difficulty of the task at hand can't be understated. Thankfully, we were able to, throughout the process of not only the planning but the implementation, draw on the vast internal experience that we have within Graham, together with that of our invaluable supply chain and partners, to ensure that those 4 nights of significant work under full closure of the M11 went successfully. Thankfully, at the end of each of the 4 nights, we were able to safely open the carriageway with the planned beams that we had planned to install on the night installed. And then ultimately, at the end of all 4 nights, we have all 10 beams, all 5 brace pairs installed. We have all the permanent formwork installed in between those brace pairs, and also temporary formwork to allow us to cast the bridge deck in situ, all completed. We're now in the process of demobilising the crawler crane as we move on to the next stage of the project to create complete the construction of the bridge, and also continue with our major earthworks, drainage and servicing operations in the adjoining carriageways. On the M11 Junction 7A scheme today, we have about 25 directly employed Graham staff as part of the delivery team. Beyond that, we have about approximately another 80 supplier operatives and staff on site, ranging from civil engineers like myself in project management and site management roles, through into site agents, section engineers and site engineers, as well as some of our graduates and our placement students. Then beyond that, we also have our commercial team, our health and safety advisors and managers, our environmental managers and advisors, quality manager based full-time on site, as well as our site admin and our document control and other support services that we have.
My name's Tyler Lowe. I'm the site agent on the M11 Junction 7A project for Graham. So currently on the northbound stretch of this part of the M11, in the mornings, sort of during rush hour traffic, you end up with vehicles queuing back down the slip roads and out onto the M11 itself at junctions 7 and 8. A lot of this traffic is trying to get to parts of Harlow and Sawbridgeworth in the middle of where junction 7A is going to be. So by building a junction here, you should hopefully reduce the amount of traffic queuing up at junction 7 and at junction 8 on the northbound stretch significantly.
So the road has been widened to allow for a 2-lane road to be moved into a 3-lane road with 2 nominated lanes going in one direction and one going in the other into Harlow. The existing roundabout, the formation was changed. It is now a hamburger roundabout that is signalised, and so we've had to reconfigure the existing roundabout at Churchgate Street. So the hamburger roundabout allows people to use it as a normal roundabout, but it's signalised from all junctions that you can actually drive through the middle of the roundabout as well as around it like a regular roundabout.